And there he is, right there. Okay.
Is this on? Or? Pleasure to be here. You guys are asleep after
It's on, but you'll have to hold it.
I feel like I'm singing this for the microphone. But, all right. Well, my name is Vincent Romano. I'm running the 16th District for State Representative. That encompasses the 50th Ward of Chicago, Lincolnwood, Skokie, and Morton Grove. I consider myself a statesman, not a politician. You might be wondering what the difference is. Well, a politician cares about polls and the next general election. A statesman leads, cares about this generation and the next. So there's a little bit of a difference, as we've seen. Politicians kind of got a tarnished name. So I'm running against longtime incumbent Lou Lang. If you guys don't know who Lou Lang is, that's Michael Madigan's right-hand man. He runs the floor for Madigan down at the state, the Capitol. He said he couldn't be here today because he had a fundraiser to be at his golf outing, but actually it was yesterday, all the way out in Green, Illinois, for $1,500 a head. But he feels it's more important to be out there than help come back here and try to solve this mess we're in, especially with what's going on in Chicago. I have some unique perspectives towards retired teachers. My father and my mother both worked in education. My dad was a teacher for 25 years. My mom was an assistant at a special ed school. My dad, as being a teacher, got into finance after those 25 years and became a top financial advisor, actually specializing in retirement planning for educators. While growing up, I helped my dad when he gave speeches to U of I, University of Chicago, and the surrounding school districts for teachers. And then when I got older, I actually followed my dad and my brother into the business, and our primary focus was to help teachers maintain and guide them through the retirement years. Both my parents retired, have pensions from CPS. My dad has a pension from CPS and SURS, which is the state university retirement system. So you can be rest assured I don't want to see their retirement taken away from them and give them what's been earned for their retirement. As a financial advisor, I have the fiduciary responsibility to not promise things that couldn't be delivered or be sustained. Over the past decades, I feel that teachers have been less misled by the politicians and unions who made promises they knew they could not keep. In the process, the union officials and the politicians alike have lined each other's pockets using your union dues and the taxpayers' money. Here's a fact that you may find interesting. Those same unions that each of you individually paid tens of thousands of dollars in dues to gave $50 million of your union dues to these same politicians that they claim have shortchanged your pension fund. The likes of Madigan, Lou Lang et al. Have been in charge of the legislature for decades. And your unions have given money to these same politicians for years. Does anybody see a disconnect here? Okay. Now, my mission is to go to Springfield and salvage this enormous mess we're in. Be upfront with you, the retirees, and the taxpayers about what can be maintained for our current retirees and what alternatives are available to best resolve the current pension shortfall. One of the ideas I've had to help shore up the $20 billion shortfall we have in public pensions is a mega pension fee. As most of you are aware, part of the shortfall results from school administrators embellishing their pensions by adding hundreds of thousands of dollars to their final year salaries. This is how the mega pension fee would work. Let's use $100,000 as our mega pension limit number. Any pension over $100,000 gets hit with a mega pension fee. So if a retiree makes a pension of $150,000, he pays 50% of the amount over the $100,000 limit. In this case, $25,000 of his $150,000 pension is returned to the pension fund. Also, if someone double dipping pensions, like those union bosses or lobbyists who worked one day as a substitute teacher and got second pensions of obscene proportions, the second pension gets hit with the 50% mega pension fee, regardless of its size, which is also returned to your pension fund. Notice what I said, back to the pension fund, not back to the general fund for these politicians to squander, as they have in the past. That money goes back to your pension fund.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. District 17. Wait for the clapping. stopping till the end. Please, all right. Democratic candidate for House Representative Laura Fine, please.